Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss about world history important political philosophy. That is, what is socialism, this capitalism. So, in this topic is very important for UPSC mains exam GS paper 1. So, let's begin our topic with socialisms and move on to this capitalisms. Afterwards, what is the comparison between these two are discussed in this topic. Okay, first one is about what is mean by socialism. So socialism is nothing but all the control of the resources is under the control of government, and management is done by the government only. Mm, and second is goes on say about it, in order to mm, provide the needs, in order to fulfill the needs of the society, it's done by the government by means of production, and it's based on the premises is what is good for one citizen is good for all of them. This is the very important philosophy. And second, if you consider this one, in the every society, in the people producing their own goods, it's in the social product. It's it's going to distributed throughout all the citizens of the country, and the citizens, those who are participated in the production process, they don't need to get any profit out of them. So that is very important. They don't need profit. In the socialism, they don't need profit under the control of the government. And for example, government is providing the education, healthcare systems, and citizen and taxes, higher taxes, etc. for the under the control of government. And second, how it is to be work in the society. So socialist economy, it ensures the basic needs of the people to meet, like shelter, education, healthcare, and economic security, etc. And the government is as acts as an entity to manage the resources and can engage in the production of the products or the services that the people need, even if it does not result in the profit to the government. So in the socialist society, they don't need the profit. They need to produce the goods for the welfare of the people. Okay, that is called as a socialism. This is how it is worked in the current countries like China and North Korea, etc. Here the socialisms and capitalism society only mostly preferred, because the socialism means what, under the control of the government, all the resources to be taken out, and the distribution of the wealth all among the people is equal. At the same time, some people, they are going to work hard and they get more income and wealth also. This shows that the accumulation of the wealth and the income in certain people, so with their hand, so that it also creates certain kind of poor and rich divide. This is some kind of advantages in the society. At the same time, the socialisms and the capitalisms was system is followed in certain socialist economies, like Republic of China and People Republic of China and North Korea and Vietnam, etc. So they are going to take the wealth distributions from the government. At the same time, the citizens only focused on the production. Okay, so that is why it's called as a socialism. At the same time, there are certain advantages are under the socialism. So one is the government treats all the persons are equal, so equality before law and equal protection of law under article number 14. Similar to that, the government is treated all the citizens are equal. At the same time, the second point goes on to say about the manage and the means of the production. It ensures the fairness in the resource utilization. It means there is no partiality. So impartialities occur the division of the, or the utilization of the resource among the people and the distributions among them. And if you take the private enterprises, they need only profit. So the government intervene here in this socialism system. The government is intervene. After that, there is no profit to be gained by the private sector. So third important point is this diminishes that the class distinctions between the poor and the rich, etc. And due to that wealth distributions for everyone. So to all among the people, they are gaining more profit in certain point. For they are working hard and they getting income and hard workers. Then their wealth to be increased. That's why the poor and rich classes occur. And what is the difference disadvantages of the socialism? So only one point here: state ownership of the resources leads to inefficiencies. Since workers lack incentives to work hard and cut on the cost of production, it means the source resources allocation is okay, but inefficiencies at work. So they also don't have the incentives. So incentives helps to improve their performance and the efficiency, but there is no lack of incentives. That's why they are not going to work hard and they don't have that the cost of production is also increased. So whenever the profit making company or anything, they need only one thing: they need profit first, and second, their focus is in the point of cost of production. So whenever the cost of production is low, then the profit making is high. Okay, so next we have to discuss about our second topic, that is capitalism. So let's move on to discuss about it, what is meant by capitalism and how it is to be working in the current scenario. At the same time, what are the advantages and the disadvantages. Okay, so second topic is about capitalism. So what is meant by capitalism? Capitalism is on economic systems where private corporations own and operate by the means of production for profit. So there are three important key points. One is the ownership under the control of, first is ownership under the control of private corporate or the private company, private individuals, etc. For the production of profit, the profit motive of the production here. So the owners of the wealth and the properties in the economy make the decisions on how the resources will be utilized, while the prices of the goods and the services are determined by the competition in the free market economy. So the free market economy, they are going to create the competition among the private entities, and they are going to make the decisions according to the resource availability. Okay, according to the resource availability in the country. And next we have to discuss about the definition itself also. The unlike in the socialist economy, the government exerts a minimal control over the private enterprises. Every country having the two system. One is government system as well as the private players. But the socialism follows only under the main control of the government, and the government interference among the private sector is high. That is why the profit making private enterprises, it's having the minimal control over it. But when the product is produced, and here the capitalist society, they don't have that control over the private enterprises that much. So only little amount of the regulations and rules, etc. That's why they don't have the more restrictions to produce their goods and the selling their goods in the market and gaining are the profit making techniques. So the only role of that government is plays the capitalistic market into enforce the laws and regulations. I told you now previously, because in this capitalistic society, they enforce only law and regulations. They no need to direct control over the private parties. And the aim of the this kind of capitalistic society, they are playing very well role in the is to in the field of the business to operate. So they are in the mind of the business minded. They don't have to believe on the welfare of the people. But how it is to be working in the current scenario? So the private enterprises, so they are own enterprises own the means of the production, and they operate them for the profit. So they operate from for the profit. At the same time, they incur the cost in the manufacturing commodities that are sold in the market at the high prices, so than the cost of production. So I told you previously, whenever we need a profit, then cost of production is less than that of the higher price sold in the market. So the income they earned from the business allows them to purchase a new raw material. So whatever income or the profit they are getting, they used their goods to take the raw material and pay operational expenses like salaries, and still remain that of the sum of the earnings for the reinvestment and expansion. So whenever they are getting the profit, that profit is used for four things. One is raw material, okay, and second, reinvention, reinvestments means again on the same field they are going to invest that money, and they are getting less amount of the profit. At the same time, they are using this profit for the expansion, okay, using their profits for the expansion. That is why the capitalism works in the current scenario. So the, for example, large corporations and the management assumes that the greater role of the maximizing the shareholders value by investing in the portfolios that earn the investors in a high return on their investments. So the corporations in the capitalistic economies are also treated as the same way as the individuals. It means the are the in corporation or the capitalistic society. In the capitalistic society, they are thinking about, they are also in the like act as individuals, okay. So individual levels, not the group or the combined all the people like that scenario. It's only occur in the socialism, not in the capitalism. So they can perform the same activities such as trading and swing in the as a individuals. Also capitalism gives businesses and more incentives to the work hard. So they are giving more incentives, but we discussed previously in the socialism does not going to give the incentives to the people. So that is the disadvantages of the socialism. Here it's a benefit for them. They are going to give the incentives. That's why they are going to get more profit, and more profit due to the increase their productivity. At the same time, they are putting their more effort to get work hard, and more wealth also, more wealth generation also included here. So next, what are the advantages of the capitalism? So the consumers enjoys the wider choices of the products and the services to choose from their they have more choice. So choice based theory also we will discuss in the public administration. If you are not watching the first lecture of the public administration, go and watch it. And since this systems is allows firms to compete with the other companies in the economy, so there is more kind of a competition. At the same time, they are utilizing their resources in a proper manner for getting their profit, okay, at the some kind of choices. They have their own choices like products, services, etc. But businesses are given the greater incentives to the worker people, and since they get to enjoy the profits they generate by using by means of the production, etc. So the greater market efficiency since the business and encouraged in the find the innovative ways of cutting the cost, and it's remaining the quality of the products. So second point is still told about that the incentives they are giving, that's why the production is increased. And say third point is told about the efficiency, how it is to be increased by reducing the cost of production, and by reducing the cost of production, at the same time they are increasing their efficiency and the quality of the products, etc. So let's move on to discuss about the disadvantages. There are two disadvantages under the capitalism. So the distinctions between the rich and the poor is occur, but in the previously we are discussing about the rich and poor. There is no distinctions in the socialism. Here is class distinction is occur. The rich enjoys most of the profits generated in the business, while if you consider the poor, they are having the paid salaries and the wages for working for the rich. And second is it allows firms to create monopolies in the supply of the products and the services. The monopolies can abuse their powers by charging the higher prices at the expense of the consumers. So here they create the monopolies. Monopolies is means the trade is under the control of the one single party. So it create the more abuse in the powers of the powers, and sometimes it will increase the customers expense prices, because they are in a competition, but at the same time they are overthrowing the monopoly. So now we are going to simply saying that what is the difference kind of social systems, like in the capitalism society and the socialism society. Here the capitalism society only focus on the economic efficiency. Here they are taking the social equity. So it is not visible to you, but I am reading, so take a note of it. And socialism is social equity based, equity at the same time equality based. Here the supports under the private opponents. So it is the support under the private, here under the control of government. And it's based capitalism based on the open market. Here there is no need of the open market. Here is a regulated market under the control of the government. So this is the difference between the capitalisms and socialisms. It's you can write it for the small definitions how it is to be differentiated, okay. And I think the topic is crystal clear to you. So please share, subscribe, and like it, comment it. Thank you. Have a good day.